Ladies and gentlemen, my name is EposVox and welcome to your guide to surviving in YouTube with the new changes. There's basically 4 things I want to cover in surviving with the new YouTube, basically just environment. You can describe it as hostile or not. That I want to cover, and that is understanding the changes, understanding fair use, stepping your game up, so to speak, and using the scheduled uploader. So, while developers and publishers of games are working to undo a lot of the recent changes to the content ID claiming system on YouTube, it is important to understand what the changes were and why they were made. According to YouTube spokesperson, networks are not enforcing copyright rules enough on their managed partners. There are 2 types of partners: managed partners and affiliate partners. Affiliate partners are just people who have the ability to monetize their videos through AdSense directly with YouTube. Managed partners are primarily, gaming partners, but partners who have networks that they are partnered through, such as Machinima, Yoush, RPM, Polaris, Rev3, networks like that. Originally, copyright enforcement was done by the networks to the managed partners. Now, unmanaged partners or affiliate partners had to wait for their video to be approved by YouTube's monetization team before they could monetize it. Networked partners, however, could simply monetize as soon as they uploaded, and networks were expected to basically keep all of their eggs in the basket when it came to their partners obeying the copyright policies. YouTube, however, feels that the networks are not doing a good enough job, and so they have enforced a new copyright identification sweep across basically all partners. This includes the affiliate partners and the managed partners. Now, there seems to be a bit higher level of partnership status that has been established that we don't fully, we don't know who is who, but that seems to have just simply avoided these sweeps altogether. But for the most part, everybody got sweeped with new content ID claims. Now, this was not an act, for the most part, this was not an act done by publishers nor developers of video games. Aside from Nintendo, who is just taking an outdated stance at things at the moment, most developers and publishers have actually reached agreements with content creators, YouTube, or have just put out blanket agreements regarding video monetization of their games, and that has worked pretty well so far. However, this is all one huge gray area, and it only works with cooperation. So far we've had that cooperation, however, YouTube decided to be an unexpected trump card in this matter and just kind of throw their own say into the mess, even though, frankly, while it's their ass on the line if they get in trouble, but so far no party is complaining for the most part, so I don't understand why they feel the need to just be like, you're not doing a good enough job when the publishers say we are, but whatever. The next thing is to understand fair use. Fair use is basically our only legal defense for what we do in terms of creating and monetizing video content of video games. And that is a very sad and unfortunate fact. When it comes down to it, the legal context of everything surrounding fair use in digital media is completely outdated and frankly irrelevant to modern times, as is the case with a lot of legal matters similar to that. And so we don't have any sort of proper legal defense or even, administrative body to defend us or work with us or, come up with a solution for these issues. So the actual, what is considered the legal rule for fair use of just straight using somebody else's content is actually 7 to 10 seconds of, the raw footage, music, whatever. And you'll see this in news usage, you'll see this in like the Philip DeFranco show and things like that. It is mostly original content with 7 to 10 seconds of the used clip. Now, we sort of follow this in YouTubeville world, but the general rule of thumb that YouTubers stuck to was actually 30 seconds because that's generally the most we could get away with without the previous content ID system picking up us using someone else's content. However, that is basically about to change. So, what does this mean for content producers? Well, many of them are just deciding they're quitting entirely. Some are quitting, stepping away a bit from YouTube and moving towards the Twitch live streaming scene. Which, while that sounds great, guys, if everybody just jumps over to Twitch, the same rules are going to end up having to apply there as well. They're not, just because they're a live stream website doesn't mean they're completely excluded to the DCMA laws and copyright laws. So frankly, that would make the Twitch environment a lot worse, considering how many Twitch streamers use copyrighted music and stuff. But that's a whole different, talk entirely. So for content creators, this means you simply need to step your game up, fool. Just basically, more original content. And I find this funny that we actually have to, harp on this now, because what's said in every, quote, how to succeed on YouTube or YouTuber's playbook or anything like that is be original, be yourself, create original content that people want to watch. Suddenly everyone's really upset because their unoriginal content is not being allowed. I'm just going to leave that there on the table and walk away from it. Now, to people who make new gaming news videos, you're really going to have to get your game into shape. Frankly, 90% of gaming news videos are basically just rehashing someone else's news videos or a news post they read without doing any actual reporting themselves or, checking sources, checking facts, nothing like that. It's basically, hey, bigger channel with 10,000 more subscribers than me posted a news video. I'm going to paraphrase it and post my own. This has led to a very terrible scene of just the worst sort of reporting in journalism I've ever seen. You can't do that. You would not get away with that in the real media industry. You're not going to get away with it here anymore. This also means no more just re-uploading someone else's videos, no more re-uploading trailers, raw interviews, or, rehashing other videos and using part of the clips, as this will get detected. This will enforce copyright. They will enforce copyright upon you. It is not okay. You need to do your own reporting. You need to get your own facts, say it in your own way, and present it in your own way. Get some cool graphics, get some more cool video backgrounds, spice it up, make it, if you do use footage, make sure it has some sort of original content added to it. Use your face. You see news reporters on camera, on screen. That's because they're creating original content. They're reporting it themselves. They're not reporting it through gameplay. They're not using the footage of what they're reporting to report. They're using themselves and their own reporting abilities. And, tell news. Use 10 seconds or less of straight re-uploaded content and do your own reporting. As far as commentators go, be more original. Don't just post up some raw gameplay and say 2 words about it, or, it used to be really popular just to talk a little bit and then post a full gameplay with some, AC/DC music or something goofy. No more of that. Use more graphics on your videos, get some lower thirds, get some layouts, create some original stuff. Turn down game sound. Definitely. You're going to have to start lowering game sound or it's going to get picked up. That is the #1 thing that this new content ID thing is scanning, is game sound. Game music, game sound effects, voice acting, it's getting picked up. You have to cut that out. You can use music as long as you're not using licensed copyrighted music. You have to get expressed written permission to use the music unless it comes from a royalty-free service. If you're with a network like RPM, you have access to Audio Micro, which is a huge royalty-free music library that you can use. And there's another one called Audio Jungle, and they provide music for you that you get the license to use in your videos. You have to have like 2 lines to your description about it, and that's it. Now, with the new sweep that was just enforced, a couple Audio Micro songs have gotten picked up across the board, but all you have to do is counterclaim it, mention why you have, basically the right to use it, and the claim gets removed. Or alternatively, you can send the link to RPM or you send it to Audio Micro specifically, and they will remove it for you. So, that's because you have the license to use the music. Let's Players. You're a bit tougher crowd. There's honestly a large portion of YouTube that considers Let's Playing basically the scum of YouTube, because you're on some level, your Let's Playing is very, very unoriginal content, especially of cinematic heavy games. You cannot add that much to a video of a cinematic heavy game, Let's Playing, and make it original work. No matter what, Let's Playing is going to be at risk. There's no getting around that, and frankly, there's no reason to fight it. Playing through, that's basically trying to live stream watching a movie with someone. You're gonna get kicked off. You can't do that. You're sharing the work without making other people pay for it, and you're barely talking about it. Come up with more creative ways to Let's Play. set challenges, do different types of content other than just raw gameplay footage with some light voiceover, but Let's Playing of most games has to change. Now granted, I still, as it can be got away with, there are games I want to Let's Play. I'm considering ways of turning this into a more stream fashion, but I'm certainly finishing out my Pokemon Let's Plays. And then things like Minecraft Let's Plays are always going to be safe, because those are always original. No Minecraft Let's Play is going to be the same, and Minecraft's never going to be a game that takes, that breaks copyright, because as soon as the game was released, it would, Notch set out blanket agreements about video monetization. Now, the big change that was supposed to be the big change before all this happened was that in 2014, they're doing a monetization review. That thing I mentioned before where affiliate partners have to wait for their videos to be approved for monetization, yeah, that's going to be a random thing for everybody. What's going to happen is videos at random are going to be taken and put under monetization review, which could take up to 48 hours to be approved for monetization whether you're partnered or not, and then you can monetize them and let them go. Heh. However, there's an easy solution for this, and I'm not even going to beat around the bush. Use the scheduled uploader. Amazingly enough, it seems like while we were away looking at how awful the sub boxes were, they actually fixed the scheduled uploader. I've been using it for a few weeks now. It appears to work just fine. Other people have been using it. It appears to work just fine. It used to be the most broken feature on YouTube ever, but it works fine just now, and it's going to have to if you want to get around, the monetization review. It's basically, if you just straight upload a video, it's gonna take 48 hours before you can make any money off of it. That means from that, you upload it, 48 hours later, it's approved. Only the views you get after that 48 hours will count. That'll be the first time it has ads on it. That'll be the first time you can actually make money off of it. So if you're especially if you're a bigger channel, all of your views basically are right then. So what you're going to have to do is schedule videos out, basically 2 days in advance using the scheduled uploader. That way, by time it's actually, posts, it'll have been approved for monetization. Seems like a lot of work, but nothing in life is easy. So, and frankly, I mean, it just means you have to work for your money. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of YouTubers, if I'm honest, have been getting away with really, really easy and lazy content, making money and making lots of money just doing basically nothing. And YouTube's apparently putting their foot down. Now again, a lot of the claiming issues and things like that are working to be resolved, they're working to be fixed, working to be removed entirely, but that doesn't mean that the issue is done entirely. Copyright is and always has been a tough spot, a gray area, a rough patch on YouTube, and it's just going to be a little bit more stricter from now on, which, frankly, it sucks for a lot of people who don't want to put in the effort and who just want to leave YouTube over it, but it will be great for those who want to take advantage of this opportunity to really step their game up, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to be one of those people. That also means probably a spike in those who become full-time streamers because they don't want to deal with it and they want to move to live streaming until Twitch has these same issues. Also looking forward to seeing if anything good comes from that as well. So to wrap things up, understand the changes, understand that this was an act of an automated YouTube system and that they feel copyright needs to be more heavily enforced on YouTube. Understand the fair use laws and what you actually can and cannot do on YouTube, and do some research for yourself. Step your game up in terms of content. Use, more original work. Get written permission for music. Use royalty-free music. Use your own graphics. Use less gameplay. Use your face. And make use of the scheduled uploader starting in January, or you won't make any money. Hope you enjoyed my guide to working and surviving in the new YouTube. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, leave me comments in the comment section below if you have any questions or other tips or advice for YouTubers, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.